A judge sentenced the victim's attacker to 20 years in prison today. 10 TV's Ashley Berry joins us live with the exclusive. And Ashley, you spoke with her tonight about this man finally paying for what he did.
Absolutely, Jerry. You know, this woman endured the ultimate violation, as you can imagine. But she did say today, she tells us that seeing her attacker being hauled away in those handcuffs was the ultimate closure. We do want to warn you, some of what she describes is sensitive in nature.
Because this woman is a victim of a sexual assault, 10 TV is only identifying her by her first name, Teresa. She's a mother of 4 who was raped inside a bathroom stall at Columbus State. It happened almost a year ago to the day, but for her, she remembers it like it was this morning.
I didn't even know why I couldn't breathe at that point. I saw him in the mirror of the bathroom and realized somebody had a hold of my neck because it cut my air off that quickly.
Teresa says it all happened so fast that her attacker dragged her into the stall and was so determined when he forced himself on her, she thought that that would be the last day she'd see the faces of her children.
He grabbed his pocket, you know, like I thought he was going for something. So I would always, okay. Please don't hurt me, don't kill me, I've got kids, please. That's all I could think of was my kids here, and I was murdered on campus. I mean, so I just tried to, whatever it is you need.
Taj Wedderburn was arrested less than 24 hours later, admitted to the rape, and pleaded guilty in court. Today, he was sentenced to 20 years in prison for the crime. Punishment Teresa says she never imagined would come. But through it all, the nightmares, flashbacks, and even her near separation from her husband, she forgives the man whom she says changed her life and her sense of security forever.
I know that God won't forgive me if I didn't forgive him. It was hard to do. It's not me doing it, it's the God in me doing it.
Unbelievable. This should also serve as an important reminder to always be on alert. Columbus police encourage students, especially those new to area campuses, to take a self-defense class. Live in the studio, Ashley Berry, 10 TV News.
Just confirmed into our newsroom, another IU student facing rape charges. Samuel Elliott, as you see here, turned himself into police yesterday after a warrant was issued for his arrest from the December incident. I was just able to read through most of the probable cause, and here's what I've been able to find out, and I can tell you. This details how 7 IU students were drinking alcohol in their Teeter dorm December 2nd. The female student said that she became highly intoxicated and went to the bathroom to vomit. She said Elliott asked her to have sex, but she told him she was too intoxicated to make the decision. She then said he proceeded to force her to perform oral sex and then raped her. She told police she feared coming forward because of her family values. Her dorm mates urged her, though, to go to police after talking to Elliott themselves and also finding a used condom in the restroom that they saved. Elliott no longer enrolled at IU. The 18-year-old has a court hearing set for February the 4th.
Accused of lying in wait in the bathroom of a Manhattan sports bar and raping a woman. Tonight, this man is in handcuffs, and what we're learning about his past is raising questions. Good evening, everyone. I'm Maurice Dubois. Christine is off. Police arrested the suspect just a few hours ago. And CBS 2's Jessica Schneider has discovered a lot of new information about him since. She is live in Kips Bay. Jessica.
Well, Maurice, police sources tell me that suspect, 48-year-old Rodney Stover, was just released from a Pennsylvania prison 2 months ago. They say he got on a Greyhound bus, came to New York City, and even registered as a sex offender, but that did not stop him from allegedly raping an unsuspecting woman inside a bathroom in this bar Saturday night. This is the most recent mugshot of 48-year-old Rodney Stover, the man now charged with raping a 23-year-old woman inside Turnmill Bar on East 27th Street around 7:45 Saturday night. Police say he was hiding in a bathroom stall when the woman walked in. He allegedly grabbed her by the throat and raped her. This is Stover captured on surveillance video leaving the scene later Saturday night.
I was thinking that no place is safe. I was really scared.
Gori Wathwa lives just blocks away and has been shaken since Saturday by the news. Sources say Stover is a registered sex offender who was most recently living here at a men's shelter on East 30th Street. He was convicted on rape charges in Southampton in 1992 and released from prison in 2012. Soon after, he was picked up on a Pennsylvania charge before he was released again just 2 months ago.
If he's a registered sex offender, why is he roaming around like this? It's so unsafe.
Stover was finally caught this morning when sources say a bartender recognized him walking on 7th Avenue.
The fact that it occurs is, I mean, it's an awful reminder that these things happen, right? So.
And turns out this suspect is a registered sex offender. He's been busted before. What do you think of that?
It's awful.
And Rodney Stover is scheduled to be arraigned tomorrow on 4 charges, including rape and predatory sex assault. Live in Kips Bay, Jessica Schneider, CBS 2 News.
Jessica, thank you.
It's a great church, a great family. I'm shocked, actually.
A shocking arrest, a teenager facing sexual assault allegations while at church. Good evening, I'm Stephanie Barugian.
And I'm Evan Onstadt. Thank you for joining us tonight. We start with that developing story.
18-year-old Crispin Ricablanca is behind bars tonight, accused of raping a 15-year-old girl during Bible camp in Hanford.
Police say he approached the girl about 2 weeks ago in a restroom at Koinonia Church. Angelica Leilani tells us they were both attending Vacation Bible Camp.
We tried talking to lead pastor Tim Howard, but he refused to comment. And when we tried talking to parishioners, the worship leader kicked us off the property. This is the church where Hanford police say about 2 weeks ago, this man, 18-year-old Crispin Ricablanca, approached a 15-year-old girl in the woman's bathroom at Koinonia Church during Vacation Bible Camp and sexually assaulted her a number of times.
I'm dumbfounded. I'm surprised. It's devastating.
Police say Ricablanca and the victim were familiar with each other from the camp. But Candy Smith, a former member of the church, says in all the years she attended and has lived in Hanford, she never heard anything negative about Koinonia Church.
It's a great church, a great family. I'm shocked, actually.
A few parishioners who we spoke to but did not want to go on camera say they too were shocked and had not heard anything about the incident until Thursday morning. Smith shared the email with us that the pastor sent out to its congregation that reads in part, "We have a solid and comprehensive approach in place and have numerous policies and procedures specifically to protect our students. We continue to reevaluate them to make sure we are going above and beyond in the area of safety." Again, Ricablanca was arrested and booked into the Kings County Jail with bail set at $775,000. In Hanford, Angelica Leilani, KZ24 Local News, that matters.
Live from the CBS Broadcast Center in New York City, this is CBS 2 News at 11.
Breaking news, attacked in the bathroom. Police want you to take a good look at this man. They say he's behind a violent rape at a Manhattan bar. Good evening, I'm Maurice Dubois. Christine is off. The NYPD just releasing that video, and CBS 2's Weijia Jiang is live for us in Kips Bay. Weijia.
Maurice, women here say they are especially frightened because they would never see this coming inside of a bathroom of a well-established bar and restaurant. Police say the suspect and victim were strangers now linked forever by a sickening crime. Surveillance video shows the suspect casually strolling down the street minutes after police say he raped a 23-year-old woman on Saturday night around 7:45 inside the Turnmill Bar on East 27th Street between Lexington and Park Avenues, where this pair of 20-somethings,
that's terrible and terrifying,
could not make sense of the crime.
Especially if you're with friends or family, you don't expect something like that to happen.
Police say the victim went to the ladies' room, and when she opened the stall door, the suspect was waiting for her. He allegedly pushed her back into the stall, grabbed her throat, and raped her. Detectives described the suspect as a white man between 45 and 55 years old, about 5'8" to 5'10", 150 to 175 pounds, with brown hair, last seen wearing distinctive black-framed glasses, a man these women are looking for.
I definitely will be conscious of that and maybe go with someone to the bathroom or, walk around with friends and never just be by yourself.
As police continue their search for a suspect, the victim continues to recover. She was taken to a nearby hospital for an evaluation and treatment. We're live in Kips Bay tonight. Weijia Jiang, CBS 2 News.
Weijia, thank you.
The assault reportedly happened inside one of the bathrooms at Harrison High School.
Fox 5's Denise Dillon is live in Cobb County. Denise, you've talked to parents who are quite understandably very concerned.
Oh, very concerned, worried, shocked. This afternoon, school leaders sent parents a message that says, our administrative team and campus officer recently became aware of a heinous crime that was allegedly committed by one of our students.
That's really scary. That's disheartening.
Tabitha and John Bird have 2 children who attend Harrison High School. They're concerned for all the students after learning police are investigating reports of a 15-year-old girl raped inside one of the girls' bathrooms by another student.
That's terrible.
That's very concerning. I have a 16-year-old daughter here, and this is a safe zone.
According to a warrant, the accused followed a juvenile female into the girls' bathroom at Harrison High School, then trapped her in a stall where the rape occurred. The warrant also states the female was telling him no and to stop multiple times. Court documents show the accused kept the girl in the bathroom for approximately 11 to 16 minutes before leaving. In all, there are 3 felony charges: sexual battery, child molestation, and rape.
That's horrifying.
Anthony is graduating this year, but he's worried because his little sister will soon be going to Harrison High.
It's worrying, and especially as my sister's coming here next year.
The Cobb County School District released a statement that reads in part, we are aware of a warrant issued for one of our students alleging a heinous crime and are cooperating fully with the Cobb County Police Department.
It should be investigated, obviously, and if the person is guilty, should get punished.
The district spokesperson also said due to the ongoing investigation and laws regarding student privacy, they can't release any more details, but they're confident the campus is secure and safety of their students is their primary focus. Reporting live in Cobb County, Denise Dillon, Fox 5 News.
Very concerning for parents and students there. Denise, thanks.
Raped in the restroom. Police say a woman was sexually assaulted in a Sacramento park as her co-workers partied nearby.
KCRA 3's David Bienick is live in Sacramento's Discovery Park with how that attack happened. David?
Edie, good afternoon. When this happened was last night right around sunset, just as the park was closing. Where it happened is just inside the Garden Highway entrance to Discovery Park, within sight of the guard shack and inside restroom building number 5. What may be black fingerprint powder covers the sink, walls, and toilet inside the restroom building where police say the woman was attacked.
I'm sad for the woman, and I'm sad for everyone that thinks parks are safe.
Police say around 8 o'clock, the woman was barbecuing with co-workers when she walked about 150 yards away to use the restroom.
When she went inside, she was attacked and raped.
Police say they don't yet know if the attacker was lying in wait or if he somehow got into the bathroom after the woman was already there.
You hardly ever hear tell of anybody getting attacked around here, you know. It's because there are a lot of people.
The restrooms are located on the other side of this small hill from where the picnic area is. So the woman's co-workers say when the attack happened, they saw nothing.
They did notice that she was missing after a little while and went looking for her and then found her in the restroom.
So far, the woman has been able to provide investigators with only a vague description of a man wearing dark pants and dark shoes. But they do believe her story and are now reminding people, even in this usually peaceful place, never go to the restroom alone.
And you know what happened here can happen everywhere, so now I will have it in the front of my mind.
And here's some new video we shot just within the last few minutes of 3 police cars arriving in Discovery Park. The police tell me that these officers have been reassigned to add extra security this evening and look for anything suspicious. Investigators did take DNA samples from the scene and will now try to match them against the state's database. But even if the rapist is in that database, it could take months to find a match. Live in Discovery Park, David Bienick, KCRA 3 reports.
Right now at 4 o'clock, new information about the suspect arrested for raping and robbing a woman inside Macy's. Philadelphia police say a tipster helped lead them straight to the alleged attacker. Wednesday afternoon, I'm Sarah Bloomquist.
And I'm Brian Taft. The big story on Action News today is the arrest of that man wanted for that brutal assault at the Macy's in Center City, Philadelphia. Action News reporter Annie McCormick live now outside police headquarters with the update just now from investigators. Annie.
Yeah, and Brian and Sarah, that suspect is now here at police headquarters. This was a very quick apprehension made by authorities in part because of help from the public. He was arrested this morning in West Philadelphia. This is the man police say is responsible for the brazen Sunday morning sex assault inside the Center City Macy's. 22-year-old Jalil Ukhta was arrested around 7:15 this morning at his home in the 2200 block of North 53rd Street.
We were able to execute a search warrant at the address of our offender. We took him into custody, and we also recovered all of the clothing, the detailed clothing that he was wearing during the assault, as well as one of the skewers that he still had in his possession.
Authorities believe Ukhta entered the woman's third-floor public bathroom inside the Center City Macy's a little after 11 a.m. Sunday and waited for a victim. When the 55-year-old woman walked into the bathroom, Ukhta allegedly jumped out, armed with cooking skewers, and told the woman if she screamed, he would hurt her. Then he sexually assaulted her. With the help of SEPTA police, detectives tracked Ukhta on the Market Frankford line from 13th and Market to 52nd and Market. There he took a bus to 52nd and Girard. Police were able to share images of Ukhta's journey back to his neighborhood, including clearer images they released to the public late Wednesday from several convenience stores in his neighborhood. Someone recognized him, and a tip call led to the arrest.
He went nowhere else but that bathroom. So it sort of seemed like that was his intent when he got there. So yeah, we're thinking about that possibility that there may be other victims. We don't have any other reports. Maybe there are other victims who never came forward. We're not sure.
And you heard Captain Bergman say there that they are not sure if he is connected to any other sex assaults in the city. But again, it is something that they are looking for. Additionally, they now have his DNA. District Attorney Larry Krasner's office announced multiple charges against the suspect, including rape. They also said that there are 2 unresolved cases involving Ukhta that have been procedurally delayed due to COVID-19. They include charges of burglary and theft. They say they will now take care of those cases. For now, reporting live outside of police headquarters, Annie McCormick, Channel 6 Action News. Brian and Sarah.
Quick work by Philadelphia police on this one, Annie. Thank you.
Homeless man facing a first-degree felony sexual assault charge. Police say that he raped a woman in a public restroom, and all this happened near the intersection of Hippolyta Street and St. George Street.
It's an area filled with shops and restaurants. Officers arrested 29-year-old Timothy Lambert. Investigators say a city employee walked in on the crime happening in a bathroom stall. News4Jax reporter Eric Avigné tells us more about how Lambert was captured.
Police say a city employee got a phone call from a co-worker who had discovered a woman laying on the floor inside this restroom. So when that city employee arrived to investigate, she says she looked in and saw what appeared to be 2 people having sex in the stall. She says she yelled at them, and then she says she locked this door until police arrived. 29-year-old Timothy Lambert remains in jail on a $100,000 bond after St. Augustine police say he was caught in the act of raping a woman so intoxicated she didn't know where she was. The alleged assault happened inside this public restroom around 6 p.m. Wednesday night. A city employee and another woman we're not identifying witnessed the assault. We altered the witness's voice to protect her identity.
I saw the girl on the bottom and he was on top of her. She was laying down and he was on top of her.
According to investigators, both Lambert and the female victim were partially nude when witnesses called police. Investigators say the victim was so intoxicated that she was face down and passed out on the floor. She told investigators she didn't know where she was and that she had no idea Lambert was sexually assaulting her. Police say Lambert denied having sex with her, but said he wanted to. Based on physical evidence at the scene and the witness statements, Lambert was arrested on a suspicion of forcible rape. A man who recognized Lambert's mugshot and knew Lambert was homeless says he wished police kept a closer eye on the man.
They knew he was out there. He was strange, and there was red flags. He should have been checked on.
Meanwhile, news of what allegedly happened has spread among locals and tourists enjoying nightlife in downtown St. Augustine.
You do really have to always be cautious of your decisions and where you're going and who you're with and who's around and how much you drink.
Just knowing that even not even late at night, just during the regular dinner hour, that you could be subjected to something so scary and life-altering.
Police say when Lambert was taken to jail, traces of blood was found on his clothing. So now investigators will work to determine if that blood belongs to the victim. Reporting in St. Augustine, Eric Avanier, Channel 4, the local station.
Stanford police sending out a campus-wide alert after a student says she was grabbed by a man in a parking lot, dragged into a bathroom, and raped around 5 p.m. Tuesday. It happened near Wilbur Hall, and she says she believes she's seen the man on campus before. She later spoke with someone who's a mandatory reporter who told police last night. Tonight, officers are increasing patrols.
It was pretty alarming, and it was crazy because it's during just broad daylight. There's even more sun than there is right now.
Stanford's summer classes are in session while most students return in late September. Brooke says it happened right near where she lives.
It essentially happened within a 500-foot radius, of a bunch of students, including everybody in my cohort.
Police say the victim isn't ready to speak with them yet, so they don't have many specifics. They also don't have a clear suspect description. Many students are talking tonight about being more vigilant.
We are talking about walking each other into the garages now and making sure that each of us are getting into our cars safely.
Stanford police are also asking if any students were in the area and happened to take a picture showing a person or a car in the background near Wilbur Hall yesterday to contact them. At Stanford, Ian Cole, NBC Bay Area News.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.
We're staying on top of a developing story in Cobb County. A 15-year-old high school student says another student raped her at Harrison High earlier this month. Channel 2's Audrey Washington is live now at the school. And Audrey, you asked the students how they feel about their safety after hearing about this.
Right, that's the big question here, whether students feel safe. Now, this is difficult to hear, but that 15-year-old girl told police that another male student followed her into the bathroom here at Harrison High School in Cobb County and then raped her.
Definitely shocked.
The details are disturbing.
It's really unexpected. I don't know. That's not something that goes around here.
According to Cobb County Police, a 15-year-old Harrison High student reported that another student followed her into one of the girls' bathrooms and raped her. A warrant was issued for that student's arrest. The Cobb County School District did not release the names of the students involved, stating, quote, due to the ongoing investigation and laws regarding student privacy, we are unable to share more. But when asked about the case, school officials said, quote, we are aware of a warrant issued for one of our students alleging a heinous crime and are cooperating fully with the Cobb County Police Department. We are confident our campus is secure and the safety of our students continues to be our primary focus. Tuesday, I spoke with students about whether they feel safe at the school in light of the allegations.
I think people should still feel safe because you're in a school and there's plenty of people surrounding you that want you to be safe.
Now, we expect to get more details about this investigation. As soon as we learn more, we will share that with you. Right now, we are live here in Cobb County tonight. Audrey Washington, Channel 2 Action News.
Now, Scott Smith, the father of the high school girl whose rape was covered up, came on this show last year to tell us this heartbreaking story.
My daughter was sexually assaulted at the end of school in May of last year, and, I went to the school board meeting, to see what was going on. Another parent, activist, approached my wife and started antagonizing her. Then I tried to tell the lady what had happened to my daughter, and she looked me dead in the face and said, that's not what happened. The next thing I know, I'm getting touched from all over the place. The police are grabbing me, and next thing I know, I'm tackled to the ground.
Joining me now, Scott Smith, the man you just saw get tackled and arrested while trying to get answers about the rape of his daughter on school property. The world truly is upside down. Also with me is Ian Pryor, Executive Director of Fight for Schools. Scott, now that you've seen bits and pieces of this grand jury report, it takes my breath away what they did to conceal the truth and to shuttle this kid on to commit other crimes. Your reaction tonight?
You know, the grand jury report pretty much told us what we already knew. You know, my family's lived through this for almost 18 months now. Everything that was pretty much in the grand jury report, we've spoke out on, we've exposed. And
you didn't have the emails. You didn't have the internal communications.
We had a few.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that it didn't come out with any teeth, though. You know, there's nobody held accountable by name. You know, that whole report laid out a bunch of, you know, misdeeds, criminal, you know, situations perhaps. And at the end of the report, you know, we get 6 recommendations of things that they should do better next time. You know, I hope that the grand jury's not done with their duty yet, and I hope that this has more teeth in it.
I don't think they're done with this, Ian, at all. I mean, as a former criminal defense lawyer, here's how the vice chair of the school board reacted. We're pleased that the special grand jury's extensive investigation found no evidence of criminal conduct on the part of anyone within LCPS, and not a single indictment was filed as a result of this lengthy process. Ian, is that an accurate portrayal of this report? Is this just now over?
Yeah, no, it's not an accurate portrayal. And I dare to say I don't think that the school board actually read the press release from the Attorney General that said the grand jury has not been discharged. And so what I see when I look at this report, I don't see negligence. I don't see gross negligence. I see reckless indifference. And when you're looking at things like neglect of a minor, delinquency of a minor, contributing to delinquency of a minor, recklessness is the standard. And so I also note that in there, going through all this behavior by the school administration, they also talked about the lawyer for the school. And they seemed like they really wanted to indict him for tampering with a witness, but they don't have a witness tampering statute in Virginia. So they said, you know, we looked at these, but it doesn't fit obstruction for indictment for the lawyer. But they didn't say that about the actual substance of the report, and they didn't say that about obstruction for the school board members. Why wouldn't they say that? So I suspect we could see more down the road in the very near future. And I think that email, that statement, if I'm a grand juror and I see that, that tells me they either didn't read it, they read it, they didn't care, but they are not getting it.
Yeah, the obstruction question is very, very interesting. Now, Scott, the grand jury also noted that when asked about the individual wearing a skirt in the female bathroom, which was a biological male, of course, the rapist, these school board members were quick to claim that he was instead wearing a kilt. Scott, they just don't stop playing politics here.
No, they don't. They just lie, lie, lie. I mean, I can show you the picture of what he looked like that day. It's on my phone right now in my pocket. There was no kilt about it.
Was he always dressed this way? Was this just a way to get in the bathroom that moment? Do we know?
I think he decided who he was and what he was on a daily basis. You know, I've seen evidence since that, unfortunately, you know, my wife and I, you know, we fought very hard, you know, to get this child treatment, and then, you know, evidence was revealed to us after the fact that, you know, this kid's a psychopath. He's a sexual predator. Unfortunately, we're going to hear about him again.
Ian Ziegler, the superintendent, why is he still in this position?
Well,
why is he still there?
That's a great question. And, you know, after reading that grand jury...
We need names. Everyone in this case has a name, by the way, and a face. So.
I mean, after reading that grand jury report, I don't know how the school board cannot fire him. I mean, what are they afraid of? Does he have something on them that maybe wasn't disclosed to the grand jury that he's going to go talk about if they fire him? But I will say tonight, the Loudoun County Board of Supervisors met, and the chairwoman of the Board of Supervisors, a Democrat, repeatedly called for the school board to fire Scott Ziegler. She said he needs to be fired tonight. This is not a political issue. This is not Democrat, Republican. He and his senior staff need to go.
I mean, the fact that this has gone on for as long as it has is mind-blowing. I mean, people have been watching our coverage of this for now over a year. Scott, you told your story. I want to just bawl crying. I was so upset by it. And you as a parent, first of all, I want to thank you for your bravery, for speaking out and being as tough as you've been. And Ian, you've just done such amazing work on this. All the parents, but thank you for you and your family for standing strong. And I hope you have a good plaintiff's lawyer, because this is a major litigation which should follow here. Speaking as a former lawyer. All right, we thank you both for joining us. I appreciate it.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.
Now, this local crime alert tonight. A man facing charges accused of raping a woman inside a store bathroom. Details on this one pretty gruesome. Jalen Rogers is charged with aggravated rape. The victim told police she was in the bathroom of a store on South Bellevue Boulevard when Rogers kicked in the door. She says Rogers hit her several times before raping her. Well, store employees heard the screaming and saw Rogers running away, but didn't intervene until then. He was arrested a short time later.
The Mobile Police Department has reached out to the Department of Homeland Security to help keep 2 accused rapists in jail.
And that's because the suspects are illegal aliens. They're accused of beating, raping, and sodomizing a woman inside a Mobile nightclub.
That crime happened over the weekend. Fox 10 News reporter Russell Colburn live at Metro Jail.
Now, Russell, how did police track down these suspects?
Well, Bob and Lenise, police say the nightclub security team actually heard the woman scream and rushed to help. They were actually able to detain the suspects until officers arrived. Police say had that not happened, this already shocking case could have been much worse. A night out turned to terror for a woman here at Heat. Around 3 Saturday morning, police say 2 suspects followed her to the bathroom, where they allegedly brutally raped, beat, and sodomized her.
They actually struck her with a beer bottle.
Corporal Chris Levy with the Mobile Police Department says the unthinkable act appears to be completely random.
And that'll definitely be part of the investigation, try to determine how they picked her out. But at least early in the investigation, there's no reason to believe that they knew each other. Unfortunately, it does appear to be a completely random act.
And also a different crime than most, given the circumstances. Police say the suspects, 18-year-old Carlos Chiguil and 22-year-old Juan Martin, are in the country illegally. We went to Martin's listed address to get a comment from someone who knows him, but no one was home. Meantime, with the help of Homeland Security, MPD investigators will try to keep the suspects in jail throughout the judicial process.
We're going through additional steps by going through the federal side of it to make sure that they're not able to get out of jail and disappear. We want them to stay here so that we can send them through their court process here, because they hurt this woman and they need to go to prison.
First-degree rape and first-degree sodomy, Class A felonies that carry a penalty of 10 years to life. If convicted, Homeland Security officials telling me they won't act until those sentences are carried out. Live at Mobile Metro Jail, Russell Colburn.
Raped in the restroom, police say a woman was sexually assaulted in a Sacramento park as her co-workers partied nearby.
KCRA 3's David Bienick is live in Sacramento's Discovery Park with how that attack happened. David?
Edie, good afternoon. When this happened was last night right around sunset, just as the park was closing. Where it happened is just inside the Garden Highway entrance to Discovery Park, within sight of the guard shack and inside restroom building number 5. What may be black fingerprint powder covers the sink, walls, and toilet inside the restroom building where police say the woman was attacked.
I'm sad for the woman, and I'm sad for everyone that thinks parks are safe.
Police say around 8 o'clock, the woman was barbecuing with co-workers when she walked about 150 yards away to use the restroom.
When she went inside, she was attacked and raped.
Police say they don't yet know if the attacker was lying in wait or if he somehow got into the bathroom after the woman was already there.
You hardly ever hear tell of anybody getting attacked around here, you know. It's because there are a lot of people.
The restrooms are located on the other side of this small hill from where the picnic area is. So the woman's co-workers say when the attack happened, they saw nothing.
They did notice that she was missing after a little while and went looking for her and then found her in the restroom.
So far, the woman has been able to provide investigators with only a vague description of a man wearing dark pants and dark shoes. But they do believe her story and are now reminding people, even in this usually peaceful place, never go to the restroom alone.
And you know what happened here can happen everywhere, so now I will have it in the front of my mind.
And here's some new video we shot just within the last few minutes of 3 police cars arriving in Discovery Park. The police tell me that these officers have been reassigned to add extra security this evening and look for anything suspicious. Investigators did take DNA samples from the scene and will now try to match them against the state's database. But even if the rapist is in that database, it could take months to find a match. Live in Discovery Park, David Beanie, KCRA 3 reports.